Welcome back, everybody, to our live coverage of the Brainstrust Cup. We're here for round two, the afternoon Saturday action. And what a treat we have got for you. Pairs match doesn't get bigger than this. Quigley, McCourt. Quigley on the tee. Hole 10. Boom. Excellent shot there from David Quigley. And the match play format this afternoon, the stroke play format this afternoon, Quigley and McCourt up against Stratford and Lloyd from Wales and Andy Sparks and Kyle Brown from England. What a group this is. Andrew Stratford gone right and just hit one of the trees there on the right hand side. So Andy Sparks for England. Boom. Good shot that. It's just whipped a bit to the left. But it's on the fairway. So hole number 10, longest hole on the course. Par 5, 231 yards, and the tees are brought right back. So got the option for your tee shot. You can go left-footed, but a lot of danger over here to the left. You'd play through the trees and keep it low. Tee shot does favour the right footer, as we saw with Quigley. You can go high and right and over the trees. You need to get some altitude on the ball to be able to do that. Keep it a bit lower, you bring the trees into play, and we saw Andrew Stratford. His tee shot just hit the tree there. So Paul Lloyd bending his second shot round the trees, and he's nicely onto the fairway there. You can see maybe 30 yards in front of David Quigley's ball, so advantage already to the Scots and the English, although I would say on this hole you probably want to stay on the right side of the fairway. Opens up the second and the third shot as far as possible. So Kyle Brown, boom as well. The angle on that shot is great. It's just missed the tree on the left there. And that ball is nicely placed for an approach into the pin for the third shot. So Scotland captain Joe McCourt to take the second shot here. He'll be looking for something very similar to where Kyle Brown just put the ball. Joe McCourt keeps it low, just clips the tree there on the right hand side. That's just kept that ball out on the right hand side. Not too bad, because he will now leave David Quigley in a position where he's playing across the fairway into the pin. So Andrew Stratford trying to get some whip on the ball, keep the ball in the fairway and let it travel down towards the pin. I think he'll be fairly happy with that. So we've got the English pair on the left, Brown and Sparks. Scottish pair out on the right here, Quigley and McCourt. Two very, very different shots. David Quigley has got a fairly straight line in here, I think, to the pin. It'd be a little bit of left to right if it gets towards the green in the pin position. So David Quigley starts the ball a couple of cuts to the left. That ball's starting to turn back. It just held the line though. Very unlucky. The ball literally turned one cut beyond the pin. Tapping birdie for McCourt there. So Quigley and McCourt take a 4. However, Brown and Sparks, eagle opportunity here. Difficulty with this shot is it will be going across the rough, so getting the weight is absolutely key here. Excellent weight that. And he's just left it to the right hand side. That'll be a tap in for Kyle Brown. So another birdie for the Scots pair, birdie for the English. Birdie putt here for Paul Lloyd. Starts the ball out to the left. Does that ball turn back? It's done exactly the same as David Quigley's approach shot, just turned after the hole. So that's a par for Stratford and Lloyd. So on to hole number 11. Long par 4. Nestled down in the back corner of this course. Not a lot of danger. You really need to keep your tee shot fairly low to avoid the trees, but other than that, you're playing across quite a generous fairway, and it's all about distance, really. Just get the ball as far down there as you can. David Quigley, boom, straight down the middle. Very nice. Kyle Brown. Start the ball out further right. It's potentially a good play here. So it opens up the second shot. Andrew Stratford, he's also gone out right. 3 massive hits there. So 168 yards. I mean, the guys that we've got in this group are going to be on the green or near the pin in 2. But wind is in the face, so it is playing a little bit of a factor. It's not quite as windy as we were expecting this afternoon. Compared to yesterday, it's certainly a little bit lighter, but the wind on some parts of the course, it is a bit stronger, and it does feel like that it's playing a big factor in this hole. So it'll be interesting to see how far these guys get in the second shot. It will be the Welsh lads to go first. Paul Lloyd wants to start that ball out to the right. Just let the camber feed that back into the pin down there on the left. looks good. I think it's short by about 12 yards. Line was good. So format this afternoon, we have pairs foursomes. So we've got 11 groups out on the course. Each group has got one Scots pair, one Welsh pair, one English pair. And it's exactly the same as this morning. You win your group on the stroke play score, you get 3 points for your country. Second place in the stroke play score, you get 2 points, and third place will get 1 point for the country. So Joe McCourt starts that ball out to the right. This is coming back in very nicely. It's got a chance. Just seemed to die a little bit as it got up there. So Brown and Sparks will have seen that, and it'll be interesting to see whether they attack the pin a little bit more. And the Sparks. So that's just going to feed off a little bit to the left. Yeah, and I think this hole is playing a lot longer than it does normally. Kyle Brown, birdie putt. Is that going to turn? Is that going to turn? That is a cracking shot. Superb. What a birdie. Andrew Stratford, and another incredible putt there. David Quigley. Watch this. So the court knocks in there for a 4. 2 excellent birdies we saw there. David Quigley narrowly missing to make it 3. So on to hole number 12, another par 4. And another fairly long par 4. Scores from this morning's competition: Scotland on 50, England 7.5 points back on 42.5. And a nice wave there from Mr. McCourt himself. Lovely Scotland captain. And Wales a further 3 points back. So actually quite tight. Kyle Brown has pulled that out right. got a bit lucky there, I think. I think that was very close to hitting the tree trunk or the foliage and killing the ball dead. Andrew Stratford has also gone out right, straight into the tree. Joe McCourt with the left foot. Camber on this hole is running right to left, so it does favour the left footer, and that just allows you to take the danger off the tree on the right hand side out the equation. So Joe just placing that right down the middle of the fairway. So Paul Lloyd needs to keep this low. Good shape on that. Just going to sit about 20 yards short of the pin. So Kyle Brown through the trees. Looks like it's going to just feed off to the left-hand side. So Quigley and McCourt. Excellent tee shot there from Joe McCourt. Left Quigley about 50 yards. The only real difficulty I think here is there's a patch of dirt about halfway between the ball and the pin. Just got to negotiate his way through that. Stratford for birdie. That looks like it's going to stay left. Wow. It looks to me as if that's been two just slight misreads off the putt. Pars all round on this hole. And really, it's one of the holes on the course that I think is a must birdie. So on to hole 13. Normally this is a par 3, playing from the tees there, up quite a tight fairway and over a little ridge onto the pin at the back there. Today it's playing as a par 4, so again, this is a must birdie if you want to win this group. Kyle Brown to tee first. Just clipped the tree there on the right hand side, but that ball is travelling nicely up the fairway. Andrew Stratford. Some good air in the ball there. That ball's gone about 10 yards further than the English pair. Now Joe McCourt. He stepped up there like he meant business. That ball thought about just getting over that ridge, and it's going to end up to the right-hand side of the fairway, but I think it definitely advantage here to the Scots. So beyond the Sparks to go first, the approach on this hole, you are playing across a few undulations, so it's really just you need to get your ball just over the second of those undulations, dead weight, and let the hill take the ball down towards the pin. Very difficult to get your ball to stop after it's over the second of those ridges there. So Paul Lloyd, second shot. We've seen what happened there in the previous shot. The ball just drifted off to the right hand side. Just be aiming for that channel slightly to the left of the hole. I think it's underhit that. Yeah, he's very disappointed with that shot. Just didn't get the weight on it at all. So David Quigley, chance to put the Scots in a very good position on this hole. Weight on that looks better. Line also looks good. Just missed on the left, but expect Joe to hold that from there.
Dead weighted. Good if it's the same, you know what it does.
Andrew Stratford birdie putt. Yeah, a tough one that. You just need to try and get the line right. Let the gravity just bring the ball down towards the hole. So a couple of very frustrating fours for the Welsh lads, I think. Kyle Brown here. All thinking about a wee roll back there. So 2 pars from the court for birdie. And he just strokes that into the hole. So we'll move on to hole 14. We'll keep following this group and then we will catch up with some of the other groups. So hole 14, 118 yards, par 4 again. Your tee shot, you've got this tree right in front of you to deal with. Got quite a few options. You can go over the tree. You get a lot of height in the ball. I suspect about to see David Quigley tee off outside off the right. Absolutely. Yeah, good shot that. Perfectly down the centre of the fairway. That bit of swaz from Mr. Quigley. And the Sparks there, just keeping the ball low. That's the other option. If you are playing with the right foot, just keep the ball low and under the tree. I think he's probably gone a bit further left than he would have intended. Now, Andrew Stratford, by the way, is shaping up on this. I don't know if he's going to the right of the tree or he's trying to go over it. Definitely to the right, and that's an excellent shot. Wow. So we've got Quigley and McCourt on the left side of the fairway. Sparks and Brown played their second shot. They've gone beyond the pin and to the left, giving themselves an uphill putt for birdie. And with Stratford and Lloyd on the right side of the fairway. Second shot all about the weight. Looks pacey. So also gone beyond the pin about 15 yards to the bottom left. Joe McCourt starts the ball out to the right. Ball will turn. Pace on this looks good. Pace on this looks good. Will that ball sit? Will it sit? I don't think he could have played the weight on that shot much better, if I'm being honest. I think the problem is if the ball misses the hole, there's nothing really to stop it. The wind's kind of blowing it over there as well, so very tricky to leave yourself anywhere near the pin if the ball doesn't go in. So Stratford, birdie putt. Oh, Ball is got stayed right. And the Sparks, that line looked good, but it just tailed off to the left-hand side. So I think quickly there went Pacey to try to take the break out the ball, and it's just the line was just off to the left. David Quigley, G and his partner on there saying what a nice wee tapping that was. Not sure Joe McCourt would agree. Brown knocks in for par. As does Lloyd. So the score in this group at the moment is the Scots are leading. Quigley and McCourt are 5 under through 8. Sparks and Brown 3 under through 8, tied with Stratford and Lloyd. They're also 3 under through 8. So we're a wee bit isolated here in this part of the course, so we will just continue to follow this group for another hole. Hole number 15, 174 yard par 4, another very long par 4. I think the wind has eased off across the course today compared to what we were expecting, so this hole is a little bit less tricky. Yesterday there was quite a strong crosswind, particularly as the ball got beyond the end of the fairway and onto the green. It was just in that unprotected area. Very nice, that shot. So 3 very different tee shots again. Quigley and McCourt are on the left fairway. Stratford and Lloyd bang in the centre, and Brown and Sparks are off to the right hand side. Second shot, Joe McCourt has not got that out the rough at all. So Paul Lloyd, Andrew Stratford's tee shot was incredible, right down the middle of the fairway. Difficult road into the pin here. It's protected by a mound just in front, which tends to shift your ball off to the far left or the far right, depending on what side you catch it. So very fine room for manoeuvre in your approach shot. So Sparks and Brown in for 4. In the court, par putt. Never in doubt. Another wee tap in there, David Quigley. It's just saying. Giving Joe McCourt all the easy ones, apparently. Ooh, just overhit that. So all groups here have taken a par on that hole, and I think we will leave them in peace and head towards the front nine of the course. And while we do that, just give you a quick teaser of what we've got coming up. Yeah, so our tour finale just around the corner, 15th and 16th of October, up at Murray's Hall. And from what I think you've just seen and what we've heard, it looks absolutely incredible. Beautiful fairways and finely manicured greens. We could be putting across golf greens. And it's a 54-hole event. And the winner will earn an automatic spot on the plane for the World Cup next year in Orlando. The winner of the men's competition will earn that automatic spot. Not only that, it is the final event of our national tour. So following the conclusion of the stroke play for that event, that will determine the final positions and the rankings for the men's, the ladies and the overs. And we've got some very, very tight competitions going on at the moment. So it's all to play for in that final event on the 15th and 16th of October this year. Registration, you can get the link on our Facebook page. Get yourself signed up. Looks incredible. What we're going to do is we're just going to head to hole number 6. So this is a dogleg par 401 yards. Huge left to right. So we're just joining the group of Cassidy and Stuart. There's bound to be some noise in this group. For Scotland, England, we've got Wallbanks and Firth. For Wales, we've got Matthews and Nash. So tee shot from Nash has stayed on the first part of the fairway. It's given Matthews quite a bit to do from here. A few undulations, got to get down past that dip and up over the other side. Out of bounds on the right hand side. Ball falls off to the left. It's pretty good from there, I would say. Ball just running back towards the pin. Very nicely, actually. Very good. Wow. That is unbelievable. That ball just about went down the left-hand bank and then just about went out the right-hand side out of bounds. Wow. So Wallbanks and Firth next to go. Firth, I think, has left Wallbanks up on the plateau there. Looks like he's not actually got a line to the pin here at all. Yeah, he's going to need to get a lot of whip on this, a lot of danger as well. If he goes right side. He just said, I'm going to be sensible. So Wallbanks giving him clear instructions. Just play it down the right hand side of the tree and knock it in. Very good shot. Very sensible shot that. So Cassidy for Scotland. Line looks good on that. It's got legs. That is the difficulty on this hole. Everything at that point seems to feed off massively into that fence and out of bounds area. It's actually a very short par four, but it's a very, very tricky par four. Can rack up quite a high score here if you don't play it sensibly. Just want to be as soft as possible here. Yeah, Wallbanks and Firth happy to get off this one with a par. The ball seems to be defying gravity there. Oh.
Oh, gee, right after.
What a classy man.
Excellent from Stuart there, who barely had a kick at that.
Where are you lads?
Wow. That is the danger on this hole. You can be within 6 feet and 3-putt quite easily. Very good par there. So I think that means for this group, Matthews and Nash are back to 2 under par, tied with Cassidy and Stewart, also on 2 under par. And Wallbanks and Firth, even par. Group through 10 holes. So we'll just stay with this group for now. I think pulled one back. Nice. Rory Cassidy just going through the roller coaster of his round there. A few eagles. I think a couple of bogeys. So hole number 7, fairly straight par 4, 128 yards. There's a slight left to right camber on this hole, so it does favour slightly the right footer. Just play your ball with wet flip against that camber. Geo Stewart, it's just absolutely laced that. Wallbanks, very nice. Misses the tree. Such a nice shape on that ball. Jack Nash for Wales. Very good.
Shot Jackaloo. Great shot there, Jackaloo. Oh, great shot, buddy. Where's the scores looking, guys? So many go past the flag and go in.
James Firth keeping that left. The ball should start to turn back a little bit now. Quite a tough shot for the right foot, I think, if you're over on this side of the fairway. Just got that grass bunker there on the right hand side of the pin to try and negotiate. Does favour just a little bit of a whip with the left. Or Cassidy. This line looks better. That looks like it's got a chance. Very good. Excellent shot there from Cassidy. It's left Stewart with a tap in for birdie. That'll take them back to 3 under. So Nash will also have a look at birdie to also get to 3 under. It's good. Give the Scots here a one-shot lead in this group. James McNally, come on, boys.
Thanks, James. Yeah, now.
Paul Banks is given that a chance. Very good shot. That'll be a tap in for Firth and Will Banks. They'll remain at level par. So Welsh lads have this to go 3 under and tie with Stewart and Cassidy. Oh, he's babied that. He's left his partner with a very tough par putt. Oh, I think he thought that might have just been missing there on the left-hand side. So bogey for Nash and Matthews. So Stewart and Cassidy have a 2-shot lead. So hole number 8, a fairly short par 4, tees over there. There's a tree right in front of you, so for the right footer, it does bring that tree directly into play. So you either need to keep it low or you're starting your ball out here to the left-hand side. Ideally, I think you want to get onto this patch of fairway here, and that just leaves you with an uphill approach shot. Leave yourself near the pin and a guaranteed birdie. So Cassidy, left foot. Going for the Mr. Whippy, I think. Not quite sure if that's what I intended. Ball is just going to come back onto this fairway here, which is, I think, a better line into the pin from where it may have sat. Dan Wallbanks there just attacking that area between the trees. That's a very dangerous ploy. He's managed to negotiate the way through that. Jack Nash also going right-footed through the trees. Yeah, I think if you're playing that kind of shot, your luck needs to be with you. And I think the English and the Welsh lads have had just a bit of luck there. Balls are sitting in very good positions. Difficulty with that, though, is that the next shot will be downhill. But will run in heavily right to left. I think for me, I prefer the approach shot that Cassidy and Stewart have here. You can see, actually, that even though it looks like there is a bit of right to left, I think this is straighter than it actually looks. Yeah, the ball just clipped the mound there before the tree and kind of kept its line after that, after it veered off to the left. Matthews, second shot for the Welsh lads. This looks good. This looks very good. It's incredible weight there on the shot from Matthews. Tap in for Nash. Walk off the hole, easy birdie. So James Firth doesn't look very happy with that. Yeah, just under hit that a little bit. Wallbanks and Firth, a birdie. Very good there from Cassidy. Pressure putt, that one. Fantastic birdie there from Cassidy and Stewart. Eleanor, good to see you. Come on, David and Rory. So on to hole number 9, another par 4, 124 yards, dog leg, right to left. Really, really like this hole. Tee shot, just attack that fairway on the right hand side. Yeah, beautiful. That ball is just going to travel and travel. What a shot from Stewart. Dan Wallbank's another meaty strike there. That ball's just held the line. It's going to sit up there, I think, in the rough at the back of the fairway. Jack Nash for the Welsh. Very good line on that one as well. So scores at the moment, Cassidy and Stewart, 4 under through 12. Matthews and Nash, 2 under through 12. And Wallbanks and Firth for England, 1 under through 12. So 3 shots in at the moment. Definitely advantage to the Scots. Potential eagle opportunity here as well for Cassidy after Stewart's incredible tee shot. Darryl Grover, yeah, excellent putt that from Cassidy. So the approach into the screen for Cassidy and Stewart. There's a channel just where Dan Wallbanks is standing, actually. If you can hit that, the ball will just feed down into the hole. You need to get that at the right weight, and then the channel will just take your ball down into the hole. James Firth, I think he's underhit that. Jack Nash, he's going for that channel. This has got a chance. This has got a chance. Wow. 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 So Rory Cassidy for Eagle puts Scots 3 in the lead. Starts the ball out. It's just caught that channel. It's not going to sit there, surely. It's not going to sit there. Wow. There's just a little bit of almost like first cut rough in that channel there. And the ball's just caught it. Ball banks. It's going to miss right side. So I think what we've seen on the last few holes in this front nine is that it's not long, it's devilishly tricky and technical. Stewart, that looks like it's in. Birdie for Cassidy and Stewart. So Jack Nash. Birdie putt. Keep the Welsh lads just two behind. So we're coming back to the group with Quigley and McCourt, Sparks and Brown, and Stratford and Lloyd into my favourite hole on the course, hole number 2, Left Footer's Paradise. And will we be seeing the left foot of Joe McCourt outside of the right from David Quigley? What do you think? Kyle Brown has absolutely melted that down the fairway. That took a horrible kick off there to the right. I think that's one of everyone's frustrations in foot golf. You hit what is a clean strike straight down the middle and get the luck of the bouncer, in this case not. The ball just bouncing, veering heavily off to the right hand side. And to Stratford, it looks like the same thing has happened as well. Ball just when it went down through that dip, taking a wicked turn off to the right. David Quigley. Ball looks like it might just hold on that fairway. Beautiful bit of swaz there from Mr. Quigley. Quite unbelievably, that ball has actually just ended up travelling down into the trees on the left. So, current score update on this group. Quigley McCourt 5 under through 13, leading the way on course for 3 points for Scotland. Stratford and Lloyd 1 shot behind, 4 under through 13. Sparks and Brown further shot behind, 3 under through 13. So, all to play for on the last 5 holes for these guys. Paul Lloyd just wants to hug the rough there on the right hand side. Line looks really good here. Just held up a little bit. So much more difficult shot here for Andy Sparks. He's in the rough, and I think unless he's shaping up with the right foot, so I think he's going to have to play through the rough. Start that ball off in the fairway. It's just the ball seems to be dying in that area a little bit. It's not travelling the same way it was yesterday. The ball starting to turn heavily out to the left now. So we've got Joe McCourt here in a little bit of trouble. Down on the left-hand side. Just needs to find the right path through the trees and make sure he gives it enough to actually get up there. Saw a lot of players earlier just under hit the shot. It looks like exactly the same thing's happened again. I think it's quite deceptive from down there. The pace that you need to get on the ball to actually get it up pin high. Kyle Brown, what a putt. The line from there, you need to get the weight and the line absolutely spot on. Incredible putt there for birdie. Takes him to 4 under. Oh, David. Andrew Stratford, yeah, just hit that ball as soft as you can and hope that you've got the right line. It just tailed off to the left-hand side. There's just a little bit of wind picking up in this area of the course, and with the greens in the fairway being cut so short and immaculate, I have to say, but they're so short that they're just so unforgiving. Joe McCourt there taps in for a 4. So I think Quigley and McCourt still have a 1-shot lead. Stratford and Lloyd and Sparks and Brown are both tied on 4 under. Quigley and McCourt and 5 under onto the par 3 4th. Line on that looks good. Just gone a bit beyond the home. This looks good. It's a cracking shot there. It's left McCourt with a tap-in birdie. So as a minimum, Scots will stay one ahead after this hole. Stratford for birdie. I think he's underhit that. Yeah. Wow. Shot there from Kyle Brown, just tailed off to the left. So Sparks and Brown, par. Stratford and Lloyd, par. Quigley and McCourt, birdie. Dock foot golf, you're absolutely right. Some shot that from the skipper. That puts Quigley and McCourt 2 ahead with 4 to play. So onto the par 4 fourth, 104 yards. Very undulating fairway, tees down there behind the trees, playing up and over these mounds. So there's a ditch just there, and then an even bigger ditch there, pin tucked behind that mound there. So very tricky line if you're coming in from this side of the fairway on the right hand side. I think what you want to do is exactly what David Quigley has done there. You just want to get your ball out there on the left hand side, and you're giving yourself a fairly straight uphill putt and an approach for eagle, really. It'll be interesting to see if Sparks also heads that way, and it looks like he is. Not quite got the distance that Quigley got in his shot, but he'll have a similar line in from there. Stratford for Wales. Gone with a very similar shot. So all 3 groups here playing almost for an identical position over there to the left. That's sensible because you don't want to be coming down through here and leave yourself facing a putt or approach shot back up here and over the mound and into the pin. The ball just won't stop. So Quigley in the court with a 2-shot lead with 4 to play. I think they've got a good chance of closing that out. Certainly in prime position on this hole as well. So it's going to take something spectacular, I think, from Sparks and Brown or Stratford and Lloyd, I think, to overturn this margin at the moment. Are we about to see it? Kyle Brown, the line on that was really, really good. Just didn't quite have the legs. So Paul Lloyd, second shot for Wales. Looks like that just scuffed the ground a little bit. And again, that's come up short. So Joe McCourt, chance to really give Scotland an unassailable lead here. You might be a little bit disappointed with that, but that's a tap-in birdie for Quigley. Stratford walks the ball in. Kyle Brown just went in the side door there. Quigley, birdie, maintains that advantage for Team Scotland in this group. And we'll head on to 5. Probably one of the most difficult holes on the course. Par 3. Difficult to get your ball down and to the pin in 1. Danger all around. Right hand side, out of bounds. As we've seen from hole 2, the ball on this course can just catch the side of one of the mounds on the fairway and just veer off almost at a right angle. Very quickly smashes it out to the left. Kyle Brown, yeah, very nice shot that. Just passes that one down the fairway.
Get in the hole. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Feet hands up. Feet hands up. Feet hands up. Just gone there.
What a shot that is. Ball has landed about 4 feet from the pin. Ooh, that's a tiger line if I've ever seen one. That ball literally flirted with those out of bounds area on the right hand side. So Brown and Sparks just applying a little bit of pressure here. They're in for 2. Quigley in the court. A tricky approach shot. Ball's just sat up there on the mound on the left. Just got to get it off that rough and try and get the weight right so the ball will stop as near the pin as possible. It's just going to roll and roll and roll the minute it comes off that hill. I need to disappear again then. Kyle Brown just saying there that he's only been playing the good shots since the cameras turned up. I think we need to try and make sure Team Scotland avoid him tomorrow. I think what we're seeing on this hole is the risk and reward element. It's if you can get down near the hole in one, almost got a guaranteed tap in birdie. Leave yourself short, and yeah, there's the danger. It's going to be 4 for the Welsh guys as a minimum. David Quigley just taking his time here, making sure he checks out the line from behind the ball and behind the pin. Fantastic shot there from Quigley. Had to get the weight absolutely spot on. Lloyd and Stratford just struggling a lot on this hole. That'll be 5, potentially 6 now, I think. So I think having played so well to get to this point, tied with Sparks and Brown on 5 under, 2 behind Quigley and McCourt, I think Stratford and Lloyd will more than likely finish in 3rd spot now. But all to play for on the last hole. By my reckoning, Quigley and McCourt are 1 shot ahead. Sparks and Brown, 7 under for Quigley and McCourt, 6 under for Sparks and Brown. On to their final hole, hole number 6. Andy Sparks, lovely there with the left foot. Just caressed that down the middle of the fairway. Joe McCourt, oh, he's gone much further left. Good shot there from Stratford. That ball will just feed down into that channel and probably end up very close to the English ball. So, a bit of work here for Quigley in the court to do. Sparks and Brown are in prime position down there with sight of the hole. Quigley in the court all the way up here. David Quigley, is he going to pull out something special? Are we going to see a wonder shot here? That is pretty good from where he was. I have to say, I think that may well just have given the Scots the match. Incredible shot there from David Quigley. So, what can Sparks and Brown do? Think this, they know that they have the match as a minimum. And that shot was just a little bit short, a bit left. As we saw in this hole earlier, even being within 6 foot of the pin, just there's no guarantee that the ball, well, it's not an easy putt. So does that just put the advantage back to the Scots? Sparks just pulled it a little bit to the right. And just as we saw earlier, that ball just feeding off about 10 feet to the right-hand side. Really unforgiving, this hole. Stratford. Excellent shot there from Stratford. So Quigley and the court this to win the 3 points for Scotland. Court hitting that as soft as they can. Come on! Straight in the hole there from Quigley. pressure now on Sparks and Brown. This putt to half the tie. Yeah, good shot that. Excellent match. Pleasure to watch. Some incredible foot golf and some very, very tense foot golf. Cheers, buddy.
Class again as always.
Thanks, Paul. So we are going to leave you there. Thank you everyone for watching, and that concludes day 2 of our coverage of the second edition of the Brainstrust Cup. We will put the score after round 2 up on our Facebook page as soon as we can, and as I say, that concludes the action for today. We're back tomorrow morning from 9 AM for round 3. What we've got tomorrow morning is categories, so each of the 4 categories, men, female, juniors, overs, points available for each category tomorrow based on the top scores in each category. Those scores will be added to the round 1 and round 2 scores for each country, and that will then determine which of the 2 countries from Scotland, England and Wales qualify for the final, which will be played tomorrow afternoon. That final will be in a match play format from approximately 1:30 tomorrow, and that will determine the winner of the second edition of the Brainstrust Cup. Can the Scots claim the trophy for the second year to take the trophy back home to Scotland? Thank you all for watching, and we will find out tomorrow.